Hey guys, so I'm back with another Memebox unboxing slash review. This isn't an unboxing, I've definitely used these products. So I got my first makeup box from them, which you guys know I've been kind of waiting to get a makeup box. And due to that fact, I actually used all these products in here except for one, which I will talk about why, because there's a good reason for it. And I actually used all the products in this box on my face today as well, except for that one, which again, I will get to. So this time they sent me special number 37, Wake Up Makeup, and it says,
flawless skin, brighter eyes, plus 10 more minutes of sleep? No, you're not dreaming. It's just your morning beauty routine updated. If mornings are not your best friends and spending hours in front of the mirror is not an option, we've got ways to streamline your morning beauty routine so that you can look good and feel good every morning. Here, a simple makeup box with a selection of all products that will put yourself together in a flash, at home, or on the go.
Now, I'm not one to recommend doing makeup on the go. I just don't feel like that's a good idea. But, you know, other than that, okay, I'm on board. So this box came with 6 full-size makeup products. As I've always said about the Mimi boxes, the value of these is kind of insane. You always pay way, way, way less than you get. I mean, 6 full-size products, like, that's kind of insane. I feel like I have a really bad list right now, so sorry about it. Alright, so I did mention the one product that I haven't used and I didn't use today because it's not actually anywhere on the cards, so I don't think it was supposed to actually be in this box, and it's not a makeup product either, so again, I don't feel like it's actually supposed to be in here, and I don't even know what it is, so I think it's either a serum or a toner. I haven't used it because, again, I don't really know what it is, but it's from sell-by date, and it says the Real Galacto Zero Essence. So if anyone knows what this is, feel free to share, because I don't know. Alright, so let's get into the stuff that was actually supposed to be in my box today. So I'm going to go in order of everything that's on the card here. So the first thing is from Bbia, and it's the Downy Cheek, or that's what they call it. So again, all of these are full size. This retails for $12. And this is just a cream blush, and I got the shade Downy Pink. You could have also gotten Downy Peach, and I am wearing this today. Now, I have always had a very bad relationship with cream blushes. I have not found one that I have liked. I can't do the cream blush thing, and I have just kind of given up on it. I find this one actually to be really user-friendly. Now, it can apply a little bit patchy, but I will get to why I think that is. I don't think it's actually the cream blush's fault. I think it just depends on what you're putting under it. I found that this worked really well when I used my own regular foundation and did my normal face routine and stuff. And I was very pleasantly surprised by this cream blush action here. So kudos to Bbia. Alright, the next thing is from It's Skin, and it's their Babyface Young Girl Gel Eyeliner, and it's the purple black shade. So it has a dual color situation thing going on here. Now, when I first got this, first of all, the cap is adorable. It's got a little baby face. It all makes sense now. Right when I opened this, I was like, oh, this is not good. So I don't think you'll be able to tell at the moment, but it has cracks in it. And the purple liner side is already pulling from the edges of the container, which, if any of you guys are familiar with that sort of thing, it means the product is drying out, or it's already dry, and it's not good. It's very bad. So I had really, really low expectations with this. I was like, this is going to be dry. I'm not going to be able to use it at all. Now, the black side is okay. You know, it's not like the best eyeliner I've ever used, but you can use it. It's not dry like I expected it to be. You can still work with it a bit. So I did use that as my eyeliner today, but I was able to manage a wing with it too. It came with this brush, which I did use today, but this is not the brush that I would ever choose to do eyeliner. I like my eyeliner to be very precise, and this brush is just too big and like fluffy to even be an eyeliner brush. I'm very confused by this thing. Now the purple side is like a disaster zone. It's so dry, I can't even get any product from it. It's like clumpy, and it's not happening. Like, there's nothing going on there, and there's no way to use it. I mean, I guess you could attempt to like heat it up and make it soft again, but like who's really gonna take the time out of their day to do that? And you know, when this is a brand new product and it's like that, it's just, I don't find it worth it at all. So unfortunately, the purple side is really, really bad, but the black side, pretty decent. Alright, so the third product is from Royal Nature, and it's the Original Soothing Blemish Balm with SPF 30. So it's a BB cream. and it comes in this cool like foily package. And I did use this today, which may or may not be why my face looks even more pale than usual today. I did use this all over my face. It's a decent BB cream, you know, blends nicely and does what it's supposed to do. I personally just don't really like BB creams because I like stuff that has a fuller coverage. Also, the shade is fairly pale, and while I myself am pale, this is actually lighter than my skin tone, so it didn't quite work out as well as I would expect, but this is just, it's a nice product. I don't mind it at all, and I'll definitely use it when I feel like doing a lighter face stuff, or lighter face look, I guess. I will say that this doesn't cover up like any sort of redness that I had. I didn't add any concealer to my face today or anything like that because I wanted it to just be like, here's my face. But that's just something to mention. Also, in their description it says that this has Royal Nature's Special Angel's Tear Complex, which caught my eye because this smells exactly like Lush's Angels on Bare Skin Solid Cleanser. And I was like, well, that's Angels and this is Angels. Like, I highly doubt it has any connection. But it smells exactly the same. So if you like that herbal sort of scent, which frankly I don't really like it, but I don't mind it, I'm very used to it, that's just something to keep in mind. Alright, the next product is from Shara. Okay. It's their Creamy Dual Auto Eye Stick, and this is a dual stick, as you probably guessed. I got the shade Celeb Burgundy. There were, I think, 4 different options you could have received. And it has like a shadow stick on one side and an eyeliner on the other. I have used this product a few times, and I do have a few things to say about it. So the shadow side, it swatches very beautifully. I will say, I'm like, wow, like that's really, really pretty. It reminds me of Rubenesque Paint Pot, but a little bit crazier, a little bit peachier, and a little bit brighter. And it looks really pretty. But then when you blend it out, as you should, the color kind of fades and you get left with like all this gold glitter, and I'm just really kind of confused by that. And I don't really like it that much. I did use it as a base for my eyes today, and it's okay, but I don't really like my bases to disappear and leave glitter behind. I don't really find that to be very productive as far as base function goes, so there's that. But it's a really pretty color if you don't blend it, which I wouldn't recommend that. The other side is the burgundy liner, and this is pretty decent. I actually really like this. It glides on very nicely and it blends easily as well. I did use it on my lower lash line all by its lonesome today. On a typical day I would use this probably in combination with a black eyeliner, just because the black gives a bit more definition than this one does. But I mean, alone it does its job. It's pretty good actually, so I don't really have a burgundy liner, and now I do. Alright, the next product is from Cheek Room, and strangely it's a lip gloss. So it's the 2-color lip gloss, and I got the shade Lavender and Pink Beige, so it looks like this. Now, my lips look kind of sad today because this is all I'm wearing on them. I normally put something. I didn't put any like lip liner or any sort of color on before I used this. It's a weird color combo, like beige and lavender. I'm not sure what lip color this was going for. I'm like thoroughly confused by it, but it's a nice gloss. I mean, it applies nicely, and it's not too sticky or anything. And I've been talking for a while and it hasn't bothered me at all, and I can't really see. My lips just kind of look like my lips. Now, the instructions on this card do say to apply it and then wait 30 seconds, and then to apply a second layer for a super glossy effect, which I'm not gonna do. Honestly, I'm just not a huge lip gloss person, at least not at the moment. I kind of go through like lip product phases. So I haven't used a gloss in a while, but I mean, this is a pretty decent one, just a very weird color. Alright, and the last product from this box is from Shara again. It's their Glitter Pearl Powder, and it looks like this. I am using this on my lids today. It is a very pretty color. It reminds me of from the Lorac Pro palette. I think it's called Gold, but it's more of like a coppery shade. It reminds me of this a lot. So I got the shade Bronze Gold. You could have gotten a couple other options. So I just really am not a fan of this type of packaging. Not only is it like somewhat cheaper to me, but it doesn't I don't like applying shadow like this. I find it to increase the chances of fallout, especially when it's like a loose shadow like this. If you very carefully like tap it along your lids, you can make it work like that, but I just find it to like explode all over the place. And I do end up getting like glittery specks like all down here, which isn't a big deal, but it's just something to keep in mind. The color itself is really pretty. I do like it. It's actually a bit more glittery than the Lorac Pro shade, but it is very similar, and I like that shade. I think it's a really nice glowy color. I don't know if you'll be able to see the swatch on my hand there. If the shadow was literally just like in a little pigment pot, I would have loved it so much more. It's just the packaging and the applicator in this situation is just not my favorite. I personally really like to use brushes when I do my eye makeup. I think it allows for a preciser application and just easier to control. So I don't know if some of you haven't seen this sort of thing, it has like a really small hole, so you couldn't even like stick a brush in there to get any of the pigment out. So there's that. Okay, so my overall thoughts on this box. So clearly I was able to do a good amount of makeup with the products in this box, and I'm someone who I have a very typical routine. Like, I know what products I use on a daily basis and which ones that I always gravitate towards. I always know that I need a foundation, a powder, a little bit of bronzer and contour. I do my brows and then I do my eyes, and it's like a very, I'm used to doing what I do, so kind of switching it up kind of throws me off a little bit. So using these products alone, I wasn't able to do exactly what I want to do. I had to do my brows with my own products because I'm not going browless. That would be really interesting. This didn't come with any sort of like face powder or anything like that, so I did use that on my own as well. I did add a little bit of like a darker shadow just to add some definition to the eyes, but as far as the rest of my eyes look, besides mascara, everything else was what came in the box. Just in general, I think this box, as you could probably tell, is full of hits and misses. My favorite product was actually probably the cream blush, just because it was kind of an eye-opening experience for me. Like, I had never really cared for any cream blushes before, but this one's actually pleasantly easier and nicer to use, so that's a good thing on that front. Again, I really like the color of the shadow. I just didn't like the application and the packaging. Everything else is kind of like, I'll use it if I feel like using it, but it's not necessarily something that I would reach for. Again, the value of this stuff is kind of insane. You get a ton of stuff for not a ton of money, and I just think the value of the boxes, as I always say, just exceeds the amount you pay, like, by a long shot. So anyway, so that's what I have to say about this box. It was really cool to try everything out and make my face incredibly pale. Alright, so that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!